Brothers and sisters of the Republic of the Gambia, I am Ambassador Essa Bokarr. This will be our third video on this important subject that we are here to discuss today. Okay? Like I told you, three-quarters of what I am going to analyze here is definitely coming from me, based on the experience I have and where I've worked. But there is part of it also, I had to consult, I had to do research to beef it up. But definitely, most of it is coming from my mind right now because I know about the subject matter itself. Alhamdulillah. Now we are coming back to repel the loud, thundering blunders of these, sound bites that are coming from a propaganda machine generated between the executive and the legislature in the Gambia. We have reached a crossroad now. The way they are shouting shows people that over the years they have been left to wallow around, some flapping their wings like sparrows here and there, saying that they are the ones who did and that. But at this point of time, everybody knows that in the Gambia, we need the intervention of people who can come and speak up and make others understand that the case of Yahya Jammeh as a former president cannot be resolved through emotionally charged speeches or sound bites from thundering blunders of a propaganda machine. No, this is about professionalism. This is about justice. This is about security. This is about diplomacy. In fact, preventive diplomacy could have been used for us not to arrive here today, but it was not used. So some people are running around shouting their lungs out, saying that his return is a security threat. It cannot be a security threat where it is addressed between security and the justice. Had it been taken seriously over the years during the past 10 years, what is the security threat? An existing government sitting down, shivering before the return of one single person. That is not serious. Okay? Let's be very honest to each other. That is not serious. Then the security reform that was talked about is not there. Then the restructuring, the transitional justice, everything is not there, or it has not been done in the most appropriate way. That's the fact. We have come to a point where the Republic should be, saved from, amateurism. It should be saved from interest-driven desires that are only there meant to serve one purpose, and that is for the executive and the legislature. The National Assembly cannot come today shouting and talking as if they are defending the Gambia. They are not defending anybody. They are not even defending themselves. Because the worst threat is the threat that is cooked in the mind and then it comes out of negligence and recklessness. That is the worst threat. Okay? So now let's come and talk about, let's say, what is a declaration? Some people are talking about declaration. It simply put, okay, declaration is this. A declaration's legal powers varies, okay, depending on its context, but generally include establishing legal rights, serving as evidence, okay? And then you understand that the courts will be the ones to define what is obligatory in it or not. I'm just simplifying the legal language here. The jurists would be the ones who can interpret it and bring the details. Some of them are running around though, calling themselves as jurists and lawyers. Some of us will not tell you what we studied about as far as law is concerned. We'll just keep it to ourselves. Because it's only in the Gambia that you see every day people will be coming out declaring, I have a doctorate in this, I have a master's in this. Why are you declaring that? Just use it. People will detect through your speeches what your level is. Okay? This is one of the things that have destroyed our country. Like I always tease to say, I'm not master's, I'm not BA, that's all we do. And when it is about to use your knowledge to save the Republic, to help the people understand, to sensitize people, you don't see them come. Because it's a question of being a canalized syllabus product. Canalized syllabus products are never going to be the ones that will bring initiatives. They don't do that. They repeat like parrots do. Okay? Policy wonking, street smart, plus academic smart is what we are after. All right? So now let's go to another thing here. You know, people are talking about presidential immunity. Let's bring in a simplified way, because I'm not going to come here and be reading complex, complicated text. I mean, some of it, I took it from the research. As I said, if it is 100%, 75 of what I'm saying is coming from my own experience and my own knowledge. But we have to complement our efforts with what experts say also. Now let's come and see. Basically, when we talk about presidential immunity, okay? Presidential immunity is a legal doctrine, okay? Which protects a president from civil liability for official acts and is rooted in separation of powers, okay? Now, the complex part of it is this part, where we talk about outer perimeter. You know, the perimeter of the president. When we talk about perimeter, is what premises his action or actions within the context of operational policies, within the context of executive orders and all that, I mean, something of that sort. All right? So if that is the case here, now the outer perimeter, let's say in the United States of America, example, they said the Supreme Court of the United States of America determined that former president has immunity from prosecution. But there is there are some nuances. The jurists will continue to explain that. Okay? Because if you are, let's say if you are a diplomat who applies him or herself, and you have been serving in diplomatic post, you may end up not being an expert in all subjects, but you would definitely have a fair knowledge of almost every subject, because you deal with different departments of a government and you deal with the upper echelon of government. It's like when you are a diplomat, you really apply yourself. It is like you are in an amphitheater of a university while working. Then you can know a lot about different subject matters. And that is what exposed some of us to that. Okay? Now, when you talk about, let's say, the official and the unofficial, let me bring that here. For some official acts versus unofficial acts is where the nuances are. Okay? Because what is the official act? The interpretation of an official act. What is it? Well, Gambia, you say you have jurists, right? Let them do the job. Okay? So, it is not as easy as standing before the National Assembly, blowing your lungs out, being emotionally charged. That's not the issue here. The issue is approach the Yahya Jammeh case professionally between the context of security and justice. When I talk about security, some of them are standing there saying that it's a security threat. The security threat could be against the party himself. Because where he is yet to be arrested, the security threat would be also against him. Until he is charged, if there will be charges or something of that sort. Because the moment the person lands and comes, until the court says this, it could also be a security threat against him as a person. Okay? So the defensive position that some of the National Assembly members are taking is laughable. Like the French would say, c'est lâche. It is shameful also. This is not a trade season of political scores. This is about the nation. This is about the past and the present and the future of the nation. This should be where the National Assembly would not even be shouting and the television would be projecting your images, showing people that, yeah, I'm here for you. You are not here for anybody. You are there for yourselves. The Yahya Jammeh case should have been addressed long time ago. Professionally, not with emotionally charged sound bites that are being generated by a propaganda machine of thundering blunders. Thank you.